Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news.
The crisis in PDP is far from being over, considering the next move Nyesom Wike, the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, has hinted on. Don't forget that some few hours ago when he had an interview, he was asked some question in respect to the National Convention, which is scheduled to hold in the month of, that's PDP National Convention, which is scheduled to hold in the month of November 2026 at Ibadan. And his reply was quite shocking to most of the NEC members. According to him, he says, I'm not aware that they are going to a convention in Ibadan. As an NEC member, I have not been informed, nor have I been invited to the NEC meeting. Now, when he made this statement, he was further asked if he's going to attend or organize a parallel convention. That's based on his position, because the truth is that everything has been lined out. The board that is, or the organizing committee has already been formed, led by sitting governors. So what's going to be his standpoint? And he says that if the team members say they are holding NEC, and so be it, if no notice of meeting have been served on me as a member of the NEC, I have every right to challenge that, and no one can deny me my right, which means that he may be heading to court if to stop that NEC meeting, because according to him, he wasn't invited. But shockingly, contrary to Wike's claim, an invitation letter was shown that the minister was indeed invited to the NEC meeting. And the letter dated July 10, 2025, and signed by PDP National Secretary, his own PDP National Secretary, because this is one person he really loves, talking about Samuel Anyanwu. And it was addressed to the minister, inviting him to the 101 NEC meeting of the party, where all those decisions were made. And it contained details of the date, time, and venue of the meeting, and was received by Wike's office on July 18. Acknowledged with a signature and a stamp. I pray that peradventure when he hits the court will accept that truly that was, his office stamp, because there is nothing, unfortunately, that cannot be presented as, a counter evidence and all of that. Now, all that going on, some persons have called him to order. First in the list was Body Judge. Body Judge had to call him to order that he should allow things to go the way it should go. And the other person who kind of advised him to do the right thing was the PDP Deputy Youth Leader. And he had won Wike against derailing the National Convention. Now, according to Deputy National Youth Leader of the People's Democratic Party, Timothy Osadolo, he had cautioned the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, against moves that could jeopardize the party's forthcoming National Convention. It was reported that the PDP National Convention is scheduled to hold in Ibadan, Oyo State, on November 15 and 16. However, they are growing concern that the exercise may be threatened by Wike's opposition, which stemmed from his rift with Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde and other unresolved dispute within the party. Osadolo, in an interview on Wike's move, said that first of all, we are all aware that the convention has not been held. We are also aware that NEC held, and INEC participated in the last NEC, where resolutions on the convention that is going to hold in Ibadan on November 15 and 16 were taken, and they were duly notified. Now, reacting to the threat of legal action, Osadolo reminded Wike's group that the Supreme Court had on several occasions ruled that internal party affairs were non-justifiable. According to him, he explained that this issue of going to court, like they are threatening, I wonder what has informed all of that. But again, I am aware, everybody is aware, that the Supreme Court made pronouncement that internal dealings and affairs of political parties are not justicable. It was a landmark pronouncement during the case of Anyanwu versus the Southeast leaders and the Labour Party case versus Abure. And all of these two judgments came in the earlier part and the middle part of this year. I wonder which court will now entertain the brief on issues that border on internal affairs of political party. Having heard from the apex court, again, I think the FCT minister is overreaching himself by wanting to put himself first and above the collective interest of the political party he claims to belong to. Sadola urged all members to rally behind PDP rebuilding process, stressing that the action of any individual could not halt the party's progress. In his word, he says, therefore, any party member should not be seen to be derailing the progress that the party has made post the defection of some adventurous governors and senators. So I want to also use this medium to tell you, Nigerians, the PDP will remain committed to its program, and it remains undeterred in having a national convention that will usher in the new set of national committee members to pilot the affairs of the party. No matter who is going to court or who is not going to court, the programs of the party are set, and nothing will go against it. That was the position of the Deputy National Youth Leader. We can't tell what will happen right now. I mean, PDP has found itself in a very serious situation, and having someone who will want to dictate the direction of the party. Imagine you were served with an invitation letter and you're saying you are not aware of it. So go blame your your office people, because unfortunately you were safe. Whether they trashed it or they did not trash it, the truth remains that the signature on it points to one direction, that you were safe. And just as Sanad already pointed out, these are internal issues, and I don't know which high court, because before we know, there will be a spate order. What was the other name? Interlocutory order. That it shouldn't hold, and you'll be so shocked that on that day they will revoke the land, they will invoke Land Use Act of Nigeria and make sure that that particular land they are going to use in Oyo State. Okay, thank God it's Oyo State, so the governor will not permit anything to happen. But you'll be so shocked that military will leave Abuja straight to that place in Oyo State to make sure. I mean, these things are pointers to the fact that someone is making himself a god and should not be allowed to control the party. And interestingly, this whole thing points to one direction. As much as you can make such persons not to be part of the leadership, you should do it. Yes, we know that NEG is meant for all that's members of the party, people who have contributed and all of that, but no one should be allowed to control the party, because right now PDP seems to be a dead party. Let's tell ourselves the truth. They are trying to wake it from its dead, from the grave. So it requires so much involvement of all the political leaders who are in the party, and they should make sure that they follow every due process, so that by the time you roll out whatever, whether it is your legal battle, whatever you call it, it will be null and void. And also, the judiciary should try and respect its age. It has been in existence for longer than any man. The law has been in existence longer than any man on earth. So if it has been in existence, why would you, because of some little favors here and there someone has done to judiciary, which he did not do by his personal money, it was by government money he did it. You know, you're allowing him to remote control you people left, right, center. It's absolutely wrong. I hope that the PDP stalwarts will stand tall and prove that one man cannot decide the destiny